A very happy 420 to everyone, and I have a very special video for you today. I am going to go over the history of 420, why we celebrate the 20th of April, and yeah, so why? I know in the UK it can be a little bit hard to know the history of it because it's not our history, it is American in origin. Started in 1971 in California. The story goes a group of athletes, high school athletes, and they hear about an abandoned grow in Point Reyes Forest. So obviously, as a lot of stoners do, we get it in our heads, we want to, a mission is always a great thing to have. So this became their mission, to find the secret magical free grow. They would search for it at least once a week as a group. They would have a meeting place outside of their high school at the Louis Pasteur statue. So they would meet there at 4:20, so they'd finish their sports that they were doing at the school and meet there at 4:20 at least once a week. They would go in their cars up to the forest, smoke some weed and look for the secret grow. And so yeah, that's what they did for God knows how long, searching for this grow, and they would remind each other every time that they were going to meet up in the hallways at high school. They would start by saying 420 Louis. So they'd be 420 Louis, 420 Louis. And then it turned into just 420 on its own, so 420, 420. And it became like their secret code then for talking about weed in front of people that they didn't want to know about, teachers, parents, everything like that. And so they came up with the one of the most universal codes for cannabis, and it's used now worldwide. And you're probably thinking, how did this group of California kids create such a fad and have it spread so far? Interestingly enough, it goes back to the Grateful Dead, which is a rock band from the 1970s, which had a massive cult following in the hippie culture in the 1970s, and they would actually have people kind of tour with them, hitchhike across the country following the tour. So it was a massive community of stoners, more or less. A lot of hippies are stoners, no denying that. So a few of the kids, the high school kids, had connections to the Grateful Dead. I would hang out with them when they're in town, and they would use this phrase in front of them, you know, passing a joint, and they go, hey, 420. Obviously it caught on, more people started using it, and so it was big in that culture, in that community. Then Stephen Bloom, who was a reporter for High Times magazine, went to a Grateful Dead concert. When he went to the Grateful Dead concert, he heard the phrase 420, and he was handed a flyer. On the flyer, it read, join us at 420 on 420 for 420 Inc. And on the flyer it actually had the history of the phrase, so it was all kind of laid out right there for him, and he sent that over to the Huffington Post, who obviously published it, and it became a national phenomenon then for the US, and it just became part of the culture, the stoner culture over there. It was a phrase constantly used, referenced all over the place, and then thanks to the internet it got passed to everyone, and everyone got to use the phrase 420. So it is celebrated on the 20th of April because it's from America, so we do it the American date round, and it's all the way back to the 70s that we actually celebrate on this day, but it's actually become a worldwide celebration, not just the US anymore, not just a few in people. Everyone knows about 420. Well, everyone who knows about the weed culture knows about 420, and that is an amazing thing. I love the fact that we've now got a day to celebrate cannabis in all of its glory. And if it weren't for a small group of high school athletes, and that's another thing that we have to look at, this wasn't a group of stoner wasters using all the spare time to look for a grow. This was, you know, successful athletes in their high school where in their spare time, you know, they like to smoke weed and go on a mission to find, they never did find the grow, but you know, it was a tradition, and it just shows how ambitious stoners can be. You know, you give, if there's something that we want to do, a goal that we need or that we're trying to succeed at, we will do everything that we can to do it. And it shows our passion for cannabis as well. Yeah, so happy 420. I want to know all the celebrations that you guys are doing for this amazing holiday. It is my favourite holiday of all of them. I think I love it more than Christmas. I will be at Platfields in Manchester for their 420 festival. I'm really excited. I'm going to be there with a few friends smoking. So if you're there, please find me and we'll chat and we'll hang out. But let me know what you're doing in your area. Is there anything that you want me to talk about? And talk to me in the comments. Let me know what you think. But do please subscribe to the channel. All new subscribers are greatly welcome. And follow me on my social medias at the bottom in the description. I would also like to make a shout out to the UK Cannabis Campaign Group. We, the undersigned, have a human right to cannabis. I will put a link to their page in the description as well, so please follow them and join the cause. And yeah, happy 420 everyone! I hope that you're having a wonderful high day, and I will see you soon. Bye!